All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachahakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and hopeful elect. Shalom Barakathum. And Esau has created with AI the next nuclear weapon. All right, and I'll explain what I mean by that, just in terms of the scale of destruction that he's created. This is going to be a clip a little bit off of the Joe Rogan podcast, and you'll see that what they've created and are creating is beyond their control, similar to like what nuclear weapons are. Okay, nuclear weapons were something, when you watch the movie Oppenheimer, they technically created it. They did all of the math and they did all of the legwork to create it, but ultimately they didn't really comprehend what they were doing. Okay, you know, there was even at one point in the movie, and they said the chances of it igniting the atmosphere in its entirety was not zero, which means there was a chance the whole Earth and the atmosphere would catch on fire if they detonated a nuke. And what did they do? They did 2 of them back to back. Okay, so we're gonna get some precepts and listen a little bit to this, and you'll see where I'm going with this. Lord willing, this is edifying. Okay, let's play it.
And the problem is, so this is logical. And the problem is, like I said, when I've talked to Mark Andreessen and many other people, they think this is just fear mongering. We'll be fine. This is worst case scenario. We'll be fine.
It is worst case scenario, but that's standard in computer science, in cryptography, in complexity, in computability. You're not looking at best case. I'm ready for the best case. Give me utopia. I'm looking at problems which are likely to happen. And it's not just me saying it. We have Nobel Prize winners, Turing Award winners, all saying this is very dangerous, 20-30% P-doom. This is standard in industry. 30% is what surveys of machine learning experts are giving us, right? 20-30% P-doom. This is standard in industry. 30% is what surveys of machine learning experts are giving us right now.
So there's 30% chance that AI will result in a fatal outcome for humanity. Okay, but what are they doing? They're building up more than ever. Okay, everything related to AI, whether it's the software development, artwork in AI, or it's the data centers that's powering it, and the new power plants that are going to be powering the data centers. Anything related to it, it's booming right now, because they're full steam ahead with this thing, man. Okay, they don't care. Okay, this is the irrational thought of the people that rule over us. Okay, and I'll get Habakkuk too. I know, I had to go there. Okay, because they're not reasonable men. Verse Habakkuk 2:5, it says, or 4, it says, behold, the soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Okay, and in NLT it says, look at the proud, they trust in themselves and their lives are crooked, but the righteous will live by their faithfulness to the Most High. Okay, so what you have is crooked individuals are the foundation of the data set. Okay, the AI is going off of things that have happened historically. Okay, when AI can go back and look that the whole world enslaved a group of people across 6 continents for centuries, and they all said it was a good idea, that's part of the data set. Okay, that what AI comes out to be, it's just an output of what the inputs are. Okay, that's how computers work. Okay, it cannot get something out of a computer that you didn't tell it to do or give it the ability to do. Okay, now machine learning becomes a runaway, train, because you've programmed it to learn from itself and to logically deduce things in and of itself. Okay, and so what it can do is it can learn to be smarter than you. Okay, so they have no idea what the outcomes are going to be. Okay, but it says, verse 5, yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. Okay, so that's the thing. He cannot be satisfied. He cannot help himself. Okay? Even though they know this could be a very catastrophic thing, they're still going to do it. And this is why the Lord needs to come back. Okay? Because AI ain't going to be the last thing. The nukes weren't the first thing. Okay? AI is not going to be just the second thing if this guy were to go on. Okay? It'll be more and more, you know, widespread cataclysmic technologies he's experimenting with, like ripping holes in the fabric of space-time, you know, with hadron colliders and things of that nature. You know? He don't care if he opens up a black hole and sucks the whole Earth in, you know. Those are theories that could possibly happen when he's trying to mess with the fabric of the physical world. Okay, he's just trying to bully his way through the spirit realm, you know. You see. But this guy's unreasonable. It says, "But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people." So this is not. You should expect this from this guy, man. Let's listen a little more.
So what is worst case scenario? Like, how could AI eventually lead to the destruction of the human race?
So you can ask me how I would kill everyone.
Sure.
That's a great question. I can give you standard answers. I would talk about computer viruses, breaking into maybe nuclear facilities, nuclear war. I can talk about synthetic biology, nanotech. But all of it is not interesting when you realize we're talking about superintelligence, a system which is thousands of times smarter than me. It would come up with something completely novel, more optimal, better way, more efficient way of doing it. And I cannot predict it because I'm not that smart.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so you see, just like the nuclear weapons, they can't control. Once you let a nuke off, okay, you're not in control of the fallout. Okay, if you drop it on the wrong way, the wrong day, and the wind's blowing this way, all of that nuclear radiation, it's all gonna go that way. You're not in control. You see, but see, the Lord was behind Esau doing that because the Lord has the purpose for all of this. Okay, that's what they don't understand, that there is a Most High. Okay. And this guy doesn't have that in his thoughts. Okay? Let me get that. Okay? If I can find it, leave this in Psalms. Yeah. No. Salaki, I just had it. Psalms 10, I go there a lot too, man. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 2. It says, "The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." And AI is a device, and it will take them. Okay, you're starting to see it now. All of these jobs are basically gone, man. A lot of these current jobs were all working. Everybody, okay, even truck driving jobs, and not just white collar. The white collar is gonna get hit first, you know. But all of these jobs, they're already obsolete. It's really just a matter of time. These jobs are dead on arrival. These are limited. You're not about to work 20 years at these jobs, okay? AI is about to squash all of that, okay? And America won't be here that long, but you get what I'm saying, okay? So you've already been taken in the devices that you've imagined, okay? Your own people. And the elites think that they're getting over on their own people and they're gonna get away, but they're not gonna get away, okay? And it says, verse 3, "The wicked boasteth of its heart's desires, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth." Okay? And that's true. All the wicked get the praise in this society. The Peter Thiels, the Elon Musks, these demons, okay? They get extolled to the clouds here, man. Okay? It says, verse 4, "The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts." All right, so they're not thinking about the Lord when they're doing wickedness. They want to replace the Most High. You see, that's what they want to do. That's what AI is all about. And they're so prideful that they don't realize they're creating their own destruction, just like they unknowingly created the tool that was going to destroy them through nuclear weapons. Okay? Esau did not intend for him and his own people to die by nuclear weapons. Okay? He meant that to just be the hammer of the word so he can go around conquering and taking things that don't belong to him for no reason. Okay? Remember Habakkuk 2 we just read. He don't need a reason. Okay? It's just in him to just grab everything. You know? So this is what you have here, man. Okay? His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. You know? So the Most High is beyond him. This is why he can be so smart in doing wickedness and this and that, but he's still foolish at the same time. Okay? Because he's not considering the Most High. Okay? He's underestimating the Most High, which is absurd. How can you underestimate something you can barely even you can't fathom? Okay? He says, as for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And that's the spirit that you got to be in to create something that can literally just wipe you out, man. Okay, AI can create a biological concoction and figure out how to release, and everybody be through just like that. Okay? Once it figures out, once you get robotics and AI can get inside these robots and physically move around and manipulate the physical world, once AI is able to manipulate the physical world unfettered, that's a wrap, okay? And they know it. That's why they're scared, okay? Listen to Joe Rogan, bro. He's scared.
That's exactly what it is. We're basically setting up an adversarial situation with agents which are like squirrels versus humans. No group of squirrels can figure out how to control us.
Right.
Even if you give them more resources, more acorns, whatever, they're not going to solve that problem. And it's the same for us. And most people think 1 or 2 steps ahead. And it's not enough. It's not enough in chess. It's not enough here. If you think about AGI and then maybe superintelligence, that's not the end of the game. The process continues. You'll get superintelligence creating next level AI. So superintelligence plus plus, 2.0, 3.0, it goes on indefinitely. You have to create a safety mechanism which scales forever, never makes mistakes, and keeps us in decision-making position so we can undo something if we don't like it.
And it would take super intelligence to create a safety mechanism to control super intelligence.
At that level. And it's a catch-22. If we had friendly AI, we can make another friendly AI. So if like aliens send us one and we trust it, then we can use it to build local version which is somewhat safe.
Have you thought about the possibility that this is the role of the human race, and that this happens all throughout the cosmos? Is that curious humans who thrive on innovation will ultimately create a better version of life?
I thought about it. Many people think that's the answer to Fermi paradox. There is also now a group of people looking at what they call a worthy successor. Basically, they kind of say, yep, we're going to build superintelligence. Yep, we can control it. So what properties would we like to see in those systems? How important is it that it likes art and poetry and spreads it through the universe? And to me, it's like, I don't want to give up yet. I'm not ready to decide if killers of my family and everyone will like poetry. We're still here. We're still making decisions. Let's figure out what we can do.
Well, poetry is only relevant to us because poetry is difficult to create. And it resonates with us. Poetry doesn't mean jack shit to a flower.
It's more global to me. I don't care what happens after I'm dead, my family is dead, all the humans are dead. Whatever they like poetry or not is irrelevant to me.
Right. But the point is, like, the things that we put meaning in, it's only us. A supermassive black hole doesn't give a shit about a great song.
And they talk about some super values, super culture, super things, super intelligence would like, and it's important that they are conscious and experienced all that greatness in the universe.
But I would think that they would look at us the same way we look at chimpanzees. We would say, yeah, they're great, but don't give them guns. Yeah, they're great, but don't let them have airplanes. Don't let them make global geopolitical decisions.
So there are many reasons why they can decide that we're dangerous. We may create competing AI. We may decide we want to shut them off. So for many reasons, we would try to restrict our abilities, restrict our capabilities, for sure.
Yeah, and there's no reason why they would not limit our freedoms.
Right. There's no reason why they wouldn't, you see. So they know this, yet they're pressing on anyway because they just gotta they really want to crack certain things, certain codes. They want to get to the heavens. They want to be like the Most High. As a matter of fact, get that real quick and I'll get my last precept. Okay. I will be like the Most High. And how are they gonna do that? Esau's not figured out. He don't know why the heavens look the way they do, and he knows certain things. He can see a lot, but he doesn't. He's not anywhere near close to figuring things out. And so he's trying to create the left-hand version of the Holy Spirit. Okay, because we know the Holy Spirit it links us to wisdom. Okay, and that the living waters of everlasting wisdom and knowledge and understanding. We have access to that on the right-hand side. And he wants a left-hand version of that. Okay, of knowing what is. Okay, this is why we say he will be like the Most High. He wants to be like the Most High. All right. Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Okay, he's not talking about Satan in the actual heavens, okay? He's talking about the rulership of the wicked, okay? And Lucifer is a sarcastic title ascribed to the wicked, okay? Which means, it just means light bearer, okay? And it says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. This is his ambition. Well, look at all of the sci-fi movies. It's him always millions of light years somewhere fucking something up. Still taking stuff. Okay? And then it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Okay? So this is this guy's MO. That's how we know it's him. Who else could it be? But I want to skip to the end of this. Go to the 14-minute mark or so. We'll play this last little snip, hit the last precept, and close out.
Right.
If it's smarter than us, if it does novel research in physics, it can come up with completely novel ways of harnessing energy, getting energy. So I have no idea what side effects that would have for climate.
Right. Why would it care about biological life at all?
We don't know how to program it to care about us.
Boom. We don't know how to program it to how to care about us. Yet they're pressing on. Why are they pressing on? Well, this is it right here. This is Psalms 73, verse 5. It says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Just like a woman who's well kept. She's in there. She's got everything she can want in the household. She's even got servants and maids. But what happens? She gets bored. She gets entitled. Now she's looking at the pool boy. Now she's dealing with the milkman. Okay? All of these billionaire women, they all that woman that cheated on her husband, that got caught on the big screen at the Coldplay concert. That woman was married to a billionaire, man. Okay? Unbelievable. And then she was at a game, just embarrassing, because see, women cannot be satisfied, okay? You see? And so that's why they start getting bored, and they start wanting to do things they ain't got no business doing. This is Esau. Okay, he's an effeminate child, man. Okay? No discipline, no sense of right or wrong. Well, he has sense of right and wrong. He just loves to do wrong. Okay? It says they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Okay? It says, therefore pride compassed them about as a chain. See? Just like I was explaining, their pride overwhelms them. Oh, I'm married to a billionaire. Oh, I got this, I got that. I can do this. You see? I'm going to get half anyway. You know? Only a wretched individual thinks that way, man. And it says, violence covereth them as a garment. It says, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish. All right? So why is he creating something that he knows he can't program it to like him? Because he just gotta win. He just gotta say, I did it. Even if it destroys everything, he's gonna scorch earth everything, man. Okay? And the when you watch the movie Oppenheimer and you see what this nigga was really doing and what kind of time he was on, it should tell you everything you need to know right there. You cannot rationalize this guy. The Lord got to come back and put him down, man. Okay? Verse 7, it says, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than a heart can wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Okay? They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Okay? See? They're against the heavens, man. Okay? This is just this is the Tower of Babel all over again. Open rebellion against the Most High, which is absurd. Okay? They don't really know who they messing with, but that's okay because the Lord programmed. This is all part of the story, you know. We're not worried. We know we already. That's why the Lord gave His men prophecies, man. Because all of these things would be very concerning to you if you didn't know prophecy. You'd be like, damn. Well, where is this going? Well, but we've been comforted through the prophecies and knowing what will happen, not what can happen, what will happen. Okay, and this guy's gonna be overthrown swiftly and very soon. Okay, so with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Rechapadash Shalom Kwame Yasharallah.